Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of
Let's Talk About It. Hey, welcome to Let's Talk About It.
Oh, you wanna talk? Okay then. Baby, just say that up too drunk.
Welcome back, y'all.
Welcome.
Woo! Cheers, claps. Happy 2026.
Yes, we know there was an episode that came out, but that was pre-filmed in
That was
December.
pre-filmed, yeah. The episode
So-
last week on
Yeah.
Friendship, which was wonderful. It was in 2025.
Yeah, so this is our first official 2026
Six
filming.
episodes. How are we feeling with the new year? New year, new us.
New you, new y'all,
New y'all.
new...
Something. New something.
New
you
some,
know?
some.
It's like the live, laugh, love, you
Yeah.
know? It's a good year. I'm
I
excited for
hope
2026.
so. Yeah, like listen, I was talking to Sophie all of last year. I said, listen, 2025 is a building year.
It was. It was a
So
building year.
2026 is a year to really,
Reap those
reap
benefits.
the benefits, sow
Something
those
with the seeds.
crops or something.
Yeah, something with the seeds and the sowing.
We're pretty good farmers, if you can't tell.
We talk about farming a lot, obviously.
I'm a heyday warrior.
You're not real, you know that.
Whatever, bro.
Anyway, we have a different episode for you, an exciting episode. I'm so hyped.
It'll be
freaking
super
hyped.
fun. We have some more guests for you guys.
Yeah!
What a treat. What a treat
We
in season
love
2.
giving you guys so many guests, and you just love it.
I
I'm
hope
sure
you
love
guys do.
us, but having a guest on is quite nice.
It's more fun, I feel
It
like.
is.
Yeah.
It is. And so today's episode is, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Today's episode, not you, I don't know how to phrase this, but it's about the MSU elections coming up.
MSU election. Shout out McMaster.
Shout out.
Obviously, we acknowledge not all of you guys are Mac students viewing, but
Okay.
maybe we'll get some extra new Mac viewers
Hey.
with the podcast today.
Absolutely.
So
I'm so excited.
yeah.
So MSU elections, obviously it's January, so I mean if you're in university in general, a lot of student body elections happen during this time, whether that be for the actual student union or for the smaller governing bodies like their program societies and faculty societies. So
Yeah.
do you want to tell them how this kind of came about?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, and this is something that's still kind of like ongoing. Like we're filming this in January before the elections are starting.
Yeah.
But currently that we know of, there
Yes.
are like between 8 to 9 different candidates
Holy
that are
cow.
actually running for McMaster Student Union president.
Yes.
So
Which is crazy.
every day
by
we're
the way.
hearing about a new person who's running.
Yeah.
But, back in December, once people started
It's okay.
started getting ideas that they were going to run. We
Yeah.
were reached out by 2 lovely candidates
Well.
who you'll meet today, Emily and Olami. So, they wanted to come on, kind of show more of the personal side of their campaign. Obviously, we'll give you guys all the resources to learn more about,
Who
what
they
it
are.
is. Yeah, what their pillars are, stuff like that. But, they wanted to step aside, be a little different.
Yeah, a little different.
And,
And they love our podcast,
Oh,
apparently.
which-
guys, I just
come
come on,
on.
like, yeah.
Of
So obviously, like, if you're a fan, like, of course, we're gonna have you on.
course you can come on. We
Of
always take
course.
requests.
Anytime, but
Yeah.
so they're gonna come on and be able to talk more, like Raquel said, more about themselves, the personal side.
Yeah.
But obviously, like Raquel said, some of you may not be at McMaster. Some of you may be, and you don't know what the hell the MSU is. Which, if you don't, crazy.
You should probably
You
learn.
should probably learn. So maybe just a little bit of a blurb about the MSU is. The MSU, which stands for the McMaster Student Union, okay? It is our, it's the representing body, basically, of students, of specifically undergraduate students. So on their website, which I really did pull up, they said that they are the largest group on campus representing approximately 27,000 graduate students at McMaster University. That's like a lot more now. Like I think we have like 30 plus,
Probably.
30,000 plus. There's a lot of us at Mac, and
Yeah.
so they're a student union. They're a representing body. If you go to like a place like Queens, Western, Laurier, you guys all have your own like student unions. They're called different things everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that is what these 2 individuals who you're about to meet in a second are running for. They're running to be the president, which
Yeah.
is currently being held by Piper Plavins.
Piper Plavins.
I don't know why I said that in the country
I don't
accent.
know.
Pepper Plavins.
Piper
Which- I love it though. Sorry, let me
Yeah.
stop.
Do you want to give the people some election information?
Oh, well, yes, I do. Well, of course I
Okay.
do. So, for all of our viewers who are at Mac and can vote, I think every undergraduate student can
Should be
vote.
eligible, yeah.
Should be eligible to vote. Here are some dates and some information for you to know. The campaign period will be starting on January 18th and ends on January 27th. This video will be coming out within that week. We don't know when yet, but within that week. So once you're seeing this, you will obviously have already seen their campaigns, their posters, their booths in Musk, probably XYZ. Now, voting will be occurring on the 27th to the 29th of January, okay?
Yeah.
And so you'll have within those 2 dates to vote. I think on the 29th it closes at 4 p.m., so make sure you get in your votes before the 29th at 4 p.m. You will be emailed the voting links. Unless you're in first year, you have already seen this before.
Yeah.
So just go there, go and vote. It's ranked voting, so you can look more of that up. We're also going to put a bunch of resources in the link, it's not the link, but the description below, both on Spotify and on YouTube, of where you can learn more about the elections, where you can learn more about our candidates, so on and so forth. And I also will note that there will be a candidates debate, which is always so exciting.
Yes,
and
an official one with all the candidates.
all 8/9 of them.
If not more.
If not more. Maybe 12. Who knows, baby? That will be happening on January 27th from 5 to 7 p.m. at The Hub. Okay.
At the
So go check it out. That's so exciting to meet them. You'll get to see them kind of talk to each other and obviously debate on their platform, which is always so exciting. I love watching debates myself.
Yeah,
so.
like we'll for sure be in attendance.
We will
all
be
these
there.
great things.
If you want to meet us, no, I'm kidding.
I like fans.
Same hands. Nothing to do with us.
But, like, listen, if you see either of our two lovely candidates that are on today, you want to go up, hey, I saw you on the podcast, plug us. Tell us we did a good job. Hello.
And plug us in general. Really funny fact before we obviously continue is I actually plugged our podcast in one of my lectures.
Listen,
guys,
we gotta do what we gotta do.
Just shameless plug. Always be plugging, of course.
Listen,
I'm gonna get that tattoo to always be plugging. ABP.
I was like, is she gonna get the letters right?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I do know how to spell. Sometimes.
Anyways, folks, we have a very interesting episode up for you guys today. Get to know the candidates behind the campaign. So, let's get started. Let's bring in our first official guest.
And you'll be meeting Emily.
Let's
meet our candidates right now. And up first, we're welcoming Emily.
Welcome.
So excited to have you on.
Very excited to be here.
It's going to be such a great time, honestly. Thank you again for doing this.
Of course.
So we're going to, listen, this is about getting to know you. We want to get to know the nitty-gritties, the personal, but let's start off with an intro. Let's walk them through it.
Let's get them introduced. Let's get them introduced.
So why don't you introduce yourself to our viewers?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. My name is Emily. I use she, her pronouns. I'm in my 4th year of the Honors Social Psychology program. I have a minor in mental health and a research certificate. I'm sure my face maybe looks a little familiar. I'm pretty out and about on campus. I was a Welcome Week planner. I'm a part of the Social Psychology Society. I do admin for the MSSS. I'm also a TA. If anybody watching, if I've marked your work, I'm sorry. I'm also a tour guide. Maybe you've seen me in my office, The Grind. And I'm running for MSU president.
Hey, hello. Literally a jack of all trades.
Just trying to do it all.
No, literally.
All of it.
And as you should, busy woman.
As
your bio says, which I love.
Yeah.
Which I love. And so now that they've gotten to know just a little bit about you, this is surface level, guys. Okay, this is surface level. We want to get to know the real you. Okay, sorry, that's one of the musical.
We're plugging the musical already.
But we genuinely want to get to know you. So we're going to ask you some questions, and that's how they're going to get to know more about you and your campaign. So the first question we have for you, okay, is what is something people would be surprised to learn about you, whether that be inside or outside of school?
I'm an only child.
Oh.
I think people don't.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I think people don't. It's either people don't know that about me or they picked up on it right away. And whenever people are like, "Oh, I could tell," I don't know if that's like how they mean that. I've never really taken it in like a derogatory way, but sometimes, yeah, I'm an only child.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And I know Emily personally, but your mom is just the cutest.
Oh my God,
She's
thank you.
actually just the cutest.
I was on the phone with her this morning, and she was asking me what I was up to, and I was like, I'm going on, So's podcast. She was like, I want you to send it to me. So shout out to my mom.
Shout out to all the moms watching.
Shout out to all the moms.
No, literally, that is so cute. Yeah, I didn't know you were only child. I feel like it makes sense now.
See, what does that mean, though? What do you mean it makes sense?
Like, I've never heard about siblings. At least personally.
Yeah. Can I ask, like, if you were to have a sibling, do you think you would prefer to have a brother or a sister?
Oh, that's a good question.
Sister.
Sister?
Yeah,
absolutely.
You give me sister vibes. I would have guessed you had a sister.
Thank
That's
you.
what I would have thought.
So,
yeah,
I mean, it makes sense that your mom's cool then, I guess.
No,
It's
literally.
like a sister.
She's
the
very
cutest,
cool. She's the coolest. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, love.
Okay, let's go to our second question.
Yeah, for sure. So, obviously we have you on today to talk a little bit more about, this personal side of you. But, just for people who may not have seen any aspects of your campaign already, we have like a little bit more of a campaign-focused question. So, if you were to win the election, what kind of space are you really hoping to create at McMaster?
Absolutely. I think we already have like a really very accepting and diverse community, which is amazing. I think we've done a lot of work in that regard. I feel like we're in a very unique situation for our undergraduate student body specifically in terms of campus engagement and campus presence. I think all of our students face so many different kinds of intersecting adversity.
Yeah.
And a lot of, to put it quite plainly, students are tired, they're anxious, they have a lot of academic stress. And coming to class is one thing, but then being engaged even in class, being engaged on campus, going to events, it's kind of a lot to ask of our students who are going through so much. So for me, like going into this role, if I was elected, something that's really important to me would be addressing those sort of fundamental, like baseline issues that are preventing people from enjoying themselves or from even participating in the first place.
Yeah.
And that to me looks like things like food insecurity and financial instability and academic stress and like accessibility even. I want to make campus engagement and campus participation not just better but possible because I don't know that it is for everybody. In terms of like accessibility in the literal sense but also the figurative sense, like breaking down those barriers that like make students like too frustrated or too tired to show up. I also think something that's important to me is bridging the gap between student government and also the students. I think there's a bit of a disconnect there.
Speak on it.
I think approaching student leaders, like the MSU president specifically, it's a really unique role in that they're elected by the students and they work for the students, but I think there's still a little bit of like a mental sort of block in terms of like this person represents you and is your voice and you should be, engaged with them and like connected to them. Like there should be a relationship there. So I want to create an environment where people, not only understand their student government, but understand their student government works for them. And I want students to feel comfortable walking into the MSU office, walking into MSU space and like, not only like being acknowledged for all the good that they're doing and all of the hard work that they're putting into our campus, but to be heard, I think is really important. I think especially right now, our students want to be heard. And it's my goal. I'm here to listen.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. And I feel like it's a really, really great sentiment too, going into something so big like the MSU. Because obviously, like, we have at MAC various different smaller student bodies, whether that be like a program society or even a faculty society, right? You have those, but as the MSU as a whole, they represent every single one of us. There's close to 40,000 students here, undergraduate students at least, here at McMaster. So it really is important to be transparent, to be able to feel like you can talk to these people. And I do feel like students is like, I mean, I'm talking for myself, but I know that people relate to this. Like the fact that like it does feel a little too far away.
Absolutely.
I don't fully know what the MSU does sometimes. I don't.
No.
Honestly, like
Not fully.
It's a sentiment that a lot of people share, and I think that's so interesting because the MSU serves the student body directly. That's like that first point of student government. And still, like, students don't know how to breach that.
Yeah. I know specifically because, I mean, all three of us, me much less, are a part of the MSSS, which is the McMaster Social Science Society, which you've heard me and Sophie talk a lot about this season already, about our podcast. Not our podcast. Are we stupid? This is the podcast. About our musical that's upcoming in March. But I think, like, it's always one of those things where, like, oh, it's MSSS, it's this. It becomes your whole world when you're in it. But other people are like, what's MSSS? There's a third S?
There's 3 S's.
And we're like, yeah. And it's like some students at McMaster just really don't know, like, what the hell is going on.
And I'm sure they want to be engaged, too.
Yeah.
So being able to know who you are, how to get engaged, how to be you even, if you were the MSU president, right? Really important.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that. So it's kind of in a similar vein, but a little different. Then through this election process, do you have something or someone that inspires you?
Yeah. I mean, we've already kind of talked about her. So shout out to my mom again if she's still watching.
Well, hopefully.
My mom, number one. She's the biggest support system that I have through everything. She has not only always told me to go after what I want, but she does it herself. So I've always had that role model and that modeling in that sense. I've gotten like all my ambition, all my empathy, all my attention to detail from her. So I kind of owe it to her. And even just through this process, like she's been like with me through this, like from the beginning, like even when it was sort of just like an idea floating around in my head of like, this is something I think I could do and do well.
Yeah.
And sort of on the other end of that has been the one to like reel my crazy in a little bit when, you know, maybe things are getting a little too out of hand. So just her, like she's always there for me. I know she's a phone call away, so she's been really helpful. Yeah, and in terms of other inspiration, I think Piper, our current MSU president, watching women in leadership, I think is really sort of inspiring. I really did admire kind of how she handled herself all throughout the last campaign. You know, the resilience, the grace, and also just watching her sort of lead the MSU. It's been really, I think, validating in terms of like seeing a woman in that position, and kind of like it's helped me sort of, I guess, just see that it's possible and just see that it could be something that I could also achieve. So I think she's also just been really helpful in terms of all the planning and everything, and like she's helped with my nerves a little bit and also kind of always been there. So she's been super helpful.
I love.
And also I would say the other candidates.
Okay. Shout out.
I think we have a really interesting and diverse group of people who are running for this job. I think the amount of us is kind of unparalleled in terms of previous elections. But I do think like I'm about to embark on this journey with a whole bunch of like extremely intelligent, extremely qualified people, and it kind of just has been really motivating in terms of, you know, keeping like sticking with it and like going. And I honestly think like watching how many people have even just been brave enough to like put themselves out there, put themselves out there, because it's not an easy thing. No. I think it just is like really, it's motivating for sure, and it is
1,000%.
And like I'm gonna ask you just a follow up base because since you mentioned our fearless leader Piper Plavins, but just a question that comes to mind, obviously, especially like we are all women and we're all in leadership spaces, and I feel like sometimes whether you identify as a woman or not, you can kind of notice that when it comes down to women in these spaces, in these leadership spaces, sometimes it can get difficult whether you're trying to get up and maybe you're trying to claw at each other, which happens unfortunately, which not good. but it is a real question of what differentiating yourself from, let's say, another female candidate or even Piper herself, and also like how do you think navigating just that space of like, let's say if you were elected president, like filling her shoes or something of this sort, like how do you view that kind of space, because she is our I don't know if it's our first, so and correct me if I'm wrong, our first female MSU president. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So how do you look at that, and how do you like deal with that, let's say, throughout this election?
Absolutely. I think in terms of differentiating myself from other women who are running for the job, I think that sort of just comes naturally from differentiating myself from all candidates. Yeah. I've worked pretty extensively on having like a feasible, solid platform that I think is not something that like, for lack of a better way to say it, like the default. I think I really sort of dug deep in terms of my ideas and like the initiatives I want to propose. They're not necessarily super surface level or kind of like the low-hanging fruit. Yeah. So I think in terms of differentiating myself in that way, that will kind of just come by virtue of like wanting to be different and wanting to sort of excel, over, you know, in comparison to the other candidates. And I think we'll just have to see how that plays out. I think because there are so many of us, there'll probably be overlapping ideas. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. In terms of like how I view going into the job, like after a woman who I personally view as being very successful in the position, I think it's just a really great jumping off point. Yeah. I think that there is so much that I could build on. I think that she has fostered like so much respect for a woman in that role that I would get to sort of like, you know, for lack of a better word, piggyback off of in terms of like going into a space where already like everybody has been so accepting of women in leadership and like helped her succeed. I think it's really comforting. And I also just think, again, by virtue of like us being different people and us having different goals and different ideas, like coming into this role, like I think there would be some differences. And I think just, you know, because of the person I am and what I'm proposing, like it'll be like I'll be new. New and different. Yeah.
I really, really do love that answer, and it was a bit of like a curveball there, but I really want to answer because I knew you'd answer it beautifully, obviously. But no, it's a great sentiment too, because I think sometimes you'll see women in leadership be afraid of either being with each other, excelling over one another. And I don't think it's necessarily like a drawback, obviously, because like you said, I think the fact that there is one person who paved the way, you can keep going and then even further that.
Absolutely.
And that's beautiful.
Next step is the U.S. presidency.
Well, okay, Canadian Prime Minister.
Yeah, but it's not as big of a deal, I feel like.
Hot take.
Yeah, that is a hot take.
Hot take. No, but I love it.
Canada would be much more likely to have a female prime minister
we
than
have for 2 months. And she sucked. Sorry.
she did.
Let's start with the MSU.
Yeah.
This
And then take
is
over the world.
the first step.
The first step. And then take over the world, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
But that wraps up our interview portion.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for answering those
Thank
questions.
you.
Of course.
And hey, if you don't mind, we're gonna do a bit of a speed round.
Speed
Absolutely.
A
round.
bit of a speed round.
Like we've mentioned already. Like, listen, whatever. You want more Canada information? Go watch the debate, bro.
Hello.
This is more casual. We want you to know the people behind the campaign. So
Yeah, we want to.
You know?
we want the people to know that you're human.
exactly.
Yes, guys.
And not-
Humanize the candidate.
And not like a zombie AI.
I'm not a bot. I have feelings. I have
She's a
interests.
heart.
Yes,
I
exactly.
fear. So we're gonna ask you a few questions.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna get like 5 minutes. Hey, let's see if you can do it quicker.
Yeah.
That'd be impressive. If she can do it quicker.
Speed round.
Speed round.
Speed round.
Okay.
All
Go ahead.
right.
Ask your first
So
question.
last concert you went to.
Dochi.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
I love Dochi's
Yes.
new song with SZA.
It's so good.
Very good. Yeah.
It's so
She was
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that would revive me.
It's a
as
dream
person.
concert,
Just-
truly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm actually jealous. Wow. Okay.
I have seen her twice. I don't know if that.
Wait,
She's
in
bragging.
Toronto?
She's bragging. Hello.
I saw her in Toronto and also at Oshiega.
Oh my god!
Ref.
I wanted to go Oshiega so bad
Ref.
last year.
Get
Damn.
her.
Are you gonna go this year?
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sick.
Oh, okay. I'm saving up. I want to go this
I'm
year.
sick.
No,
Okay.
it's like my favorite. Like, oh my god, I can't even. Oshiega, check it out. It's phenomenal.
The
Bizarre.
Oshiega plug on the podcast.
No,
Yes.
plug. Sponsor us. Second question: favorite campus study spot?
The grind.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I get it.
It's sort
Where
of
that is.
like.
I get it.
Oh, sorry.
Underneath. She don't
I've been
know.
there.
I
I
fear I
think.
have had people like who have seen me in there and they're kind of just like, oh, I always know to find you here.
Oh.
It's
True.
along the same lines of like the only child
Child,
thing. I'm like,
They're like, you live here, right?
I'm like, what do you mean by that? Right.
All right.
The grind is such a good spot, though. It's coffee. It's
I
cute.
love the
it's
grind.
quaint.
You've never
Really?
been to the
I
grind?
feel like I may have been once.
Months, yeah.
Who
It's
knows?
cute, who knows?
Right.
There's so many study spots on campus, though. All right. Who was your number one artist on Spotify Wrapped?
Ooh.
Travis Scott.
That's a curveball. I love that. I love that.
Like,
No, I love
wow.
that.
Okay,
No, I
what's your
love-
favorite Travis Scott song?
Ooh.
Okay, over the summer, I was like really into modern jam.
Okay.
And then, but then
yeah.
the Jack Boys 2 album came out. So
Yeah.
I think that's what like skyrocketed.
Okay.
Right now, I've been listening to a lot of like Skeletons.
Okay.
I do like that
yeah,
song.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know any.
okay.
I know a little bit. So I'm like,
I know, like,
yeah,
three
yeah,
songs.
But yeah, definitely, it was a modern jam summer.
Modern Jam Summer. I like this. Sorry, I'm more of a little baby.
Oh,
Okay,
my
fair. I think like maybe to
future.
resonate with the audience, I think as of right now, my top artists are The Weeknd and Noah Kahan. So
And I love
Versatility, and I like to see
no,
that.
I love this so much. And Noah Khan's such a good.
yes.
Oh,
I
yes.
can't even.
Well,
I'm trying to go to Maine, low key.
Low-key.
That's what he
I'm trying
said.
to go
New
to Maine.
England.
That's what he
Right?
said.
Like,
Yeah.
it's a summer. Okay.
Yeah.
Love that. And kind of in the same vein,
Mhm.
favorite binge TV show.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of had an idea in my head of what you were gonna say, and that was so polar
No.
opposite.
Okay, what did you think?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like Gilmore Girls or
Oh.
something. Honestly,
But that's a good show, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen it. I was just the vibe I was picking up.
Okay.
It's the indie vibe, which I love.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
love.
Yeah, I think Criminal Minds.
I
If
love
I'm
that.
looking for something like a little like
Lighter?
mindless,
Yeah.
usually Bob's Burgers.
Oh,
That's a fan favorite in my
Yeah.
house. We watch that
Love.
one a lot.
Hey, that's a good sitcom.
Criminal Minds I can only watch in the daytime with the lights on.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Yeah, one time she watched it and she legit came to my room and she was just like, I couldn't sleep last night.
Okay,
No, I have
I get that.
nightmares.
I love horror movies. So,
Oh.
Okay.
Favorite horror movie then?
ooh.
I can throw one in.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay, I really like Sinister, but
Oh,
as
my-
of recently, I rewatched Us by Jordan
Okay.
Peele, and that one's pretty high up there. I do really like them.
It's a good movie.
Phenomenal.
I love
it is. Yeah.
I've only ever seen one, and I don't want any horror fanatics to tell me this isn't a horror movie. Have you seen Longlegs?
Yeah.
When that came out,
that's
a
like
horror
psychological.
movie. Yeah.
that
Psychological
movie
thriller.
genuinely changed my life. I watched the whole thing like this in
Really?
theaters, but it was phenomenal. I loved that.
Okay.
movie.
I just like the singing.
So I quote that, and no one knows what I'm talking about. Yes.
We're gonna put a picture of his
Right
face
here,
right here.
right
Don't
here.
get scared.
And actually,
Trigger
let me
warning.
also put up the clip of him singing because obviously,
Yeah, because the people need to know.
they need to know.
Yeah. Perfect.
Hilarious.
All
Last
right,
question.
Last
go.
question. What is your Mac hot take?
Make it juicy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, so I ran this by my a couple of my friends, and they all said that was crazy, but I think I'm gonna stick with it. So
Okay, go.
please hear me out. If I'm in like a pinch,
Okay.
and I'm like, I've been on campus for a couple of hours, and I'm like, I'm not making it home anytime soon. I need to grab
Okay.
something to eat.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not opposed to a chicken Caesar wrap from Centro.
Oh,
is like-
I like this. No, I'm there. I'm
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
I'm there. No,
See,
I'm
because
there.
I said that, and they were like, "Don't say that on the podcast." Voter rating like 0.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like
I'm
it's not
there.
like I'm not gonna seek it out, but like I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
like once
It's
during
good.
welcome week, I was like,
Hot take. Central's kind of good.
Yeah, for our
I don't know that I would go that far. I don't think I would say that.
It sucks. No, it sucks. It sucks. But like,
Yeah.
I think they have their moments. Paramount is great.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever eaten.
Okay.
it.
Oh,
Fair.
it's
Yeah.
pretty good. Like
It's good.
for our non-Mac viewers, like
Yeah.
McMaster's food is generally good. It's not Guelph good, but it's like
Yeah.
it's pretty good. But
It's okay.
Centro's like bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
However, they do their best to get a few items in there that
They
really
do.
get you.
The
So
chicken Caesar wrap.
I've had it. It's
Yeah.
good.
Bomb.
I like their
No, I like it.
smoothies.
Yeah.
I'm pleased.
Okay,
I'm pleased.
yeah.
They don't. You can't mess up chicken fingers and fries. That's gas.
We used to call it, us and our roommate Rheign would call it peasant tenders. So when I ran out of
Yeah.
money first year, I didn't have any more money to put on my student card. So I
Exactly.
would eat chicken or peasant
Tenders.
tenders once a day at 4 p.m. for like
Okay.
3 weeks.
And it was really cheap. So yeah.
It was like $6. I was like, all right, you know?
But you know what? That's not that bad. That's not that
Okay.
bad.
Not
there
that
could, There
bad.
could have been worse. So I
Yeah.
like that. I actually like that hot
Okay.
take. I
I
do.
think not too bad, not too bad.
And hey, that wraps up the speed round.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
come on.
you did a
Good
good
job.
job. We kind of made it longer.
We did. But we like to gab and kiki. So
course.
hello.
Yeah.
But you know what? Because we're nearing the end of this interview, we just have a final question for you.
Absolutely.
One last one. And our question is going to be, what is one thing you hope students take away about you from today's episode?
Yeah. I think the major thing, and you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, obviously, like, we're running as candidates, sort of like a political figure situation and whatnot. But it is really important to me that voters get to know me
Yeah.
beyond just my platform and my pillars and my social media and those very, like, outwardly sort of campaign associated
Yeah.
things. I want people to not only resonate with what I'm sort of proposing in terms of my ideas, but also with
Yeah.
me as a person. Because,
Yeah.
like, you're voting for the platform as much as you're voting
Yeah.
for
This
the
is
actual
true.
person who's going to take on the position.
Exactly.
So it is important to me to, like, sort of touch all of those aspects of, like, here's me as, like, a candidate, but also this is who I am.
Yeah.
So I kind of just hope that, like, whether it was something I talked about in terms of my goals for the election or just
Yeah.
who I kind of am, that, like, something resonates.
Yeah.
And also another thing that I think is super important is just I want people to be as informed as possible in terms of
Yeah.
who they're voting for,
Yeah.
which is why I'm trying to, you know, do things like this and talk about
Yeah.
myself and kind of, like, be open and honest. Because
Yeah.
I think, like, voter literacy and, like, election literacy is super important. And I think
we talk about it
We
all the
talked
time.
about
Well,
that.
yeah.
All the time.
And I just want to make sure that, like, everybody, you know, that day that they're submitting that ballot, they feel
Yeah.
like they're voting for, you know, who they see taking on this role, who they see representing them, but
Yeah.
like with all the information that they
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to make an informed decision.
Hell
So-
yeah.
that.
Speak on that. And that's why we're going to plug a bunch of resources in the description box. But
Exactly.
we're also going to plug your campaign Instagram
Yes.
up here.
Yes.
And also the MSU resources. I mean, they're all going to be at the bottom. We talked about them in the beginning. Going to talk about them in the end again. So,
Yeah.
but really, really check it out because it really is important to be informed. And I mean, all the candidates obviously have their platforms out there. Read up and learn.
Yeah, exactly.
And especially read up Emily's. She's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
But thank you so much
Give
for
it a
coming
look. Thank you for
on.
having me.
Thank
It was
you.
so fun.
We always love
Applause.
having guests on. Let's
I
talk
loved
about
it.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm
And
glad.
anything else you want to say to the viewers before you head out?
Just vote.
Just vote.
Just vote.
Just
vote.
vote.
Just vote.
I know I'm out. So
just vote. Well, not that part.
Not that part.
Not that part.
Not that part for her.
Not
Nina.
that part.
Nina. Sorry.
We're
Too
very
far.
brain rot. We're very brain rot.
Yeah,
If you
too
can't
far.
tell. But yeah, absolutely go out and vote. And thank you again for coming.
Thank
on the
you.
Yes,
podcast.
thank you. All right, and for the second segment of today's episode, we have Olami. Awesome.
Welcome. Isn't this so cool to be in this room?
Yeah, it's a really nice space, though. I
It
can't
is.
lie.
McMaster, they treat us well.
So
they treat us
well,
well.
honestly. So Olami is our second MSU candidate that we're gonna have on the podcast today. He's gonna get an opportunity to introduce himself. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hey,
they
wait,
want
wait,
to
wait.
know.
Give me a second.
Oh,
You know, like,
sorry.
damn, you're rushing me. So my name's Olami. I'm in my 4th year of Honors Life Sciences here at the university. I lived in McKay, if that matters to anyone.
Hey, shout out
Um,
McKay.
Amen. That was my spot still. I'll be running for MSU president as well. I'm one of the candidates this year and last year, this year. But yeah, in regards to like my experience around here on campus and stuff like that, first year kind of started off, lived on residence, became like a residence ambassador, showed my rooms to like incoming students, a lot of like tours and stuff like that. From there into my second year, I started working at the Black Student Success Center on campus. I was a communication assistant, student navigator for a year and a half before I moved on into a different role for half a year. I worked as the outreach. So a lot of high school, dealing with a lot of high school kids kind of come into the university. Through this as well. Second year, I worked as a tour guide as well on campus. Third year, fourth year. Now I'm the announcer for a lot of our games, soccer, basketball, volleyball announcer. I also work at the Pulse as well.
Shout out the Pulse.
Shout
Also
out
work at
Pulse.
Starbucks. So right now I
Starbucks.
kind of have 4 jobs.
You're like a
low-key
jack
still.
of all trades.
Do we
aren't
get a
you?
discount?
All of
though,
That's what I'm saying.
At the Starbucks?
I don't know if I can do that one still. I don't want to get discounts. It's a
He's like,
franchise.
ooh.
Aye. Tell them bring back the cranberry lemonade refresher.
They have that
For Christmas?
sometimes. They
So,
have a little
uh,
bit left still, so hurry up.
Oh,
Hurry
go
up.
back. You heard it.
Hurry
Go
up.
back. Go
sick.
back.
I'm sick.
it's
Okay.
all
I
good.
did not know you were an RA because I was an RA.
Oh,
in
really?
my first year.
I might have given a tour in your room still.
You honestly might have. I can't remember first year, but like you might have. I was in PG.
PG.
Yes.
One of the upper.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
yes,
my
I
gosh.
did.
That's
Look at
crazy.
these
You're not from.
connections.
You're not from Ontario, are you?
I am.
Wait.
So
It's
then-
you. It's you.
It is me.
But I
Like,
just can't
come
remember
on.
the full
Mixing you up with
details.
someone
That's
else.
what I'm saying.
SMH.
It's me.
SMH.
It's me.
It's her still.
That's hilarious, though. I mean, no, and you're like so well involved. Like, good
Yeah.
for you, honestly. Because
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy and hard to get involved at Mac, but I feel like you're like a jack of all trades. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
I feel like once you get into like one circle, it's just about using that circle to make it bigger.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And I feel like I did that as much as possible,
Mm-hmm.
especially to benefit me, but also friends of mine or people I know in general.
Love
Yeah.
that.
If
Yeah.
you need a referral and I know you, just put my name on that email. Whatever.
All right. This is good to know. Good
I'm
to
like,
know.
yes, thank you. I will be using that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's a great intro. And I mean, like, now that you guys have, I mean, you've learned a little bit about him. This is like the surface level. We wanna get to know you.
Get to know
We
you.
do. We wanna
You
get
can hear
real
all this
personal.
information at the official MSU debate.
Exactly. You can see it on his
Series.
Instagram. Like, come on, we want to get to know you. That's what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
So we're gonna ask you some questions, and we're gonna really get to know the real Olami.
Okay,
Are you ready for
purple's
that?
my favorite color. Is that enough?
Oh, is that
We
it?
playing 20 questions?
20
Is that enough?
questions. Hot or iced coffee? Like, actually, no, hot or iced coffee.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, so don't worry. Our questions hopefully
Not
has better
agreeing with
answers
that.
for our questions. Let's
I like
see.
hot tea, though. I drink hot tea in the morning.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna ask you the first question. Do you want to ask the first question?
Yeah, for sure.
hell
So
yeah.
similar to kind of the questions we were asking Emily today, we want to just get to know, personal side of you. So, you gave us a little bit of an intro already, some of the surface level stuff. What is something that, maybe we or the viewers would be surprised to learn about you, whether that be, inside or outside of, the school environment like you've talked about already?
Yeah.
If you're going deeply, especially when it comes to like a personal level, you can look at me and be like, oh, who's this hard-headed guy or something like that. Sometimes I can be hard-headed, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm also a very emotional person still. So it's like sometimes I'll just sit down and start thinking. A lot of times before I go to bed, I do like my 30-minute decompress before I go to sleep. And it's just like me thinking about how the day went, how I should have done a little bit better when it comes to a lot of things. But it's not about regret, but more about how I can do better moving forward.
I like that.
I feel a lot of times like I sit down, I blame myself for a lot of things. First year, second year, I kind of had like this imposter syndrome. It's about like, should I really be in university or should I be around here? Is this the right environment?
I feel
But
you.
kind of like once I started having friends, meeting a lot of people at the university, and just kind of like going through being a university student a lot of those things kind of like calm down. It's just about me now thinking about how I can make it better. If I missed an assignment yesterday, okay, let me just plan better for the next assignment. If I guess, hurt someone in a different way, how can I guess, either try to reconcile this relationship or just build things moving forward with other people, or just how I can be better moving forward.
I love that.
Yeah, I really do. Can I ask what zodiac sign you are?
Oh, please. I was actually going to ask that too. That's me.
Okay.
That's actually
Y'all keep
me.
scaring
I
me
had
with
my
these
money on
questions.
Pisces or something.
Nah.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
when's your birthday? When's your
June
birthday?
13.
Okay, no, I'm a May.
Oh,
baby.
May, Gemini?
May 26th, yeah. But listen,
Okay.
Geminis are not two-faced. We're just emotional.
We're just emotional.
You heard it
Just
here.
emotional.
You heard it here. I love that. And honestly, I feel like not a lot of people like to be vulnerable or talk about their emotions often. And like, I kind of just have a follow-up. Like, do you think that you're like an overthinker?
I'm an over-talker.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, I wouldn't necessarily keep it to myself a lot, but it's just like I always try to reach out to the other person when it comes to like either my friends or my parents or stuff like that. What am I doing wrong? Like, like, you know, a lot of the times, like if you're overthinking, that's just you internalizing a lot of the problems and thinking that's a one-track mind. When it comes to over-talking or talking, I don't think they could be too over-talking. People that talk too much, you know?
Not too much, yeah.
But then again, it's just like if you talk it out or try to like, you know, understand where that person's coming from, how you hurt that person or how you did well and whatever. It's not just about the bad things as well.
Yeah.
The good things also do matter. So it's just about how you can improve. Again, just being better than the person you were the day before.
Yeah.
I fully agree.
Shout out my confrontational baddies because you're speaking to
Yeah,
us.
I'm confrontational. I can't
Yo,
lie.
get that communication going.
And
seriously.
it's true. It's not a bad thing to be confrontational either. Like
No.
sometimes you just really just got to have a conversation.
Yeah.
People are afraid of it.
Yeah,
Let's be
true.
honest. You know what? Let's go on to our second question because I love this, and let's segue a little bit more into who you are. Maybe as a little bit of a candidate. Your presidency potentially. So my question for you is, what kind of space are you hoping to create if you were to win the election?
I'll say within first year. Oh, that was too loud. I'll say within first year. A lot of the times, I kind of like. I was always kind of like I had a lot of FOMO. So with coming FOMO is just a lot of kind of like I don't want to miss out an event. I don't want to miss on this or now or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I was always like in know-how of a lot of things. This is me actively doing that.
Yeah.
A lot of students, they're just kind of like here to, you know, get their degree and move on.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't blame you as well. That's a lot of people. That's why you're here for. That's
Yeah.
the main reason. But then I don't think that they shouldn't be like that forward step in regards to making sure that you see it in your face, especially when it comes to the MSU or the student union. There's a lot of perks that we get from the student union, from the MSU as a whole, anything from health and dental, the bike plan, which I really use a lot these days.
So
the
bikes.
HSR again, the referendum's coming up again, so I feel like these are things that are important. As students, we're able to decide where a lot of, I guess, the funding and money that we are paying into the university, we are giving into the student union, where that goes.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of mine is making sure that the MSU is more forward-facing, whereby students know more about it and how it does affect their life. A lot of students kind of like outside of university and things like that, they're like, I don't really like get into politics because, you know, it doesn't affect my life.
Hello.
You're on the right podcast,
You
bro.
are too.
Are you kidding me? Like, you're paying taxes.
I mean,
This is
it's everywhere.
And this is a common theme, like within art. Like we're in season 2 of the podcast right
Yeah.
now, obviously, and this has been what we've been saying since episode 1.
Yeah.
Politics is in everything.
It's literally
and
everything.
That's how we base everything because we're like, yeah, we're talking about hockey today, but guess what? It's not hockey. It's politics.
Hello.
I was gonna swear, but let me not.
No, but it's true.
But,
It is
yeah.
politics. Like it really is everyone. Obviously, as students, I think it is, like you said, very important that we know not only how our money from our university is being spent, but how we know how the money from the government's being spent. How we as a society are contributing to each other. I can go on and on, but truly and honestly, it really is important to get more involved in politics.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so part of that, like, it's not just like saying this, but part of my plan is by meeting the students exactly where they are. Whether it's in events that they are, whether it's they want to have a little bit more when it comes to advocacy, whenever it's resources or even things that they need or they lack. We have the FCC or I'm not part of MSU yet, but there's the FCC that is kind of like, you know, their job, a lot of their things is that they have a food bank. That people don't know that they have a food bank. So I have a lot of problems when it comes to, I don't want to say I have a lot of problems, but I have a lot of problems when it comes to going to whatever, it's Food Basics or Fortino's and going to go buy groceries. One, it's expensive as hell.
Yeah.
But two, it's kind of like how the way I have a lot of things I'm doing as a student for my jobs, but something that's resourceful, something that's on campus. I'm going to the gym. It's on the way to the gym. I can easily go there and grab a couple of things that I need. I don't have time to cook lunch. There's the FCC. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they are giving food. So a lot of students is just not knowing about this. So I believe in meeting students where they're at, whether it is in their classes, academic offices, just in places that there is a lot of food traffic or a lot of like them going into on campus and then giving them these resources at those places. Now they know more about the MSU. Now there's more students talking about the MSU. And I also do think like the election as a whole is a very, very, it's a great way. Now we have, I don't know how many candidates are, the number's not official. Candidates. But the more candidates we have, the more people that are stepping forward and being more involved, the more ears and more eyes and the more faces there are in these places, in these things. So I feel like there that comes that importance, and I feel like a lot of what I plan to bring in or advocating for is about making that clear for students to see.
Great point. Honestly, I really loved like everything that you said, and I think that is a great segue into our third question.
And to our last one for you. So obviously this election process is very quick. I know we've already kind of mentioned that in today's episode already, but
Way too fast.
2 weeks.
It seems like it goes by fairly quickly. But I guess throughout this election process, is there like someone or something that really like inspires you, whether that be like what inspired you to get started or something that kind of keeps you going throughout this process?
So as you guys know, or almost some of you guys know, this is not my first time kind of like running into this election. My parents I'll say they're my biggest support system, one. But then secondly, they're the people who kind of done a lot of work into getting me into the man I am today and the place I am today. I wasn't born in Canada. I was born in Nigeria, lived there for a good 12 years, 10, 11, 12 years. I've been in Canada for about 10 years. And I got my citizenship last year in September.
Congratulations.
And to get that citizenship, I had already been here for 9 years. So that is my mother and my father not taking no for an answer. That is like when you have something that you want to work towards or get, or you have a plan towards something or a vision towards something that you want to build, either for yourself personally or just for people in general around that you feel like would either benefit you or just benefit everyone around. I feel like it's only the beginning. It's not where it kind of ends.
Hello?
No is okay, back to the drawing board. What do I got to do next time to, plan, or what are some things I need to include? Well, how do I need to improve myself? I know I need to improve the people. What do I need to be telling people so they can understand and see my vision exactly the way I see it? Sometimes no is also no. But
sometimes no means not now.
Amen, bro.
Amen.
Exactly
it really
that.
does.
So, whether it's my mom being rejected from, I guess, immigration from the first time, they're telling her, no, come back later, or my dad just going out of his way as much as possible to provide for my family. He was a bank manager in Nigeria, came to Canada now. He started off in the first job. He wasn't doing something that he wanted to. A lot of what they told him was overqualified. So he had to go back and take that into something else and develop himself into something else. So I said, like, that is the biggest kind of like lesson I've received from my parents kind of through my life, even now.
Not taking no for an answer. You're back.
No, honestly, and like
I love that.
It is such a great lesson to learn, and I feel like especially like depending on your whoever's watching, like your background and things like that, like that hustler mindset, that go get, like, do not take no for an answer. Keep going after the things that you dream and aspire for. It's so powerful, and I mean, obviously I'm Nigerian as well, but it's a lesson that I feel like my parents also instilled in me. They were constantly told no, and here I am doing what I'm doing because of them, and in spite of that no. That's so beautiful.
In spite of.
I love that. I think that wraps up, the questions that we have for you.
Okay.
We have like a little fun thing that we wanted to do today. It's a little speed round.
Was it fun for y'all or fun for me?
More fun for the viewers, I think.
And honestly, fun for us because we are basically viewers.
Like we're just watching you talk.
When loves. So we're gonna ask you a few questions.
Okay.
No pressure. Answer them as quickly as you can. You're gonna get 5 minutes to do so. 5 minutes. Okay.
Not even. You can do it quicker.
Okay, you can do it quicker. You got it. You got this. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Last concert you went to.
Odile, yeah.
Who the heck is that?
I don't even know who that is.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear you guys say that.
Okay, maybe I'll like put in a clip of like him, like whoever this artist is.
Is this Afrobeats?
Is it?
He's from the UK, but he sings like R&B and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But he's also
I'll
Nigerian.
clip it. I'll clip it.
Okay.
I'll clip it.
Yeah.
For the viewers. I don't know who this is.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Get to know him.
Oh my goodness.
All
Okay.
right,
I'm
all
so
right,
sorry.
fine. Keep it pushing. Okay,
Go.
favorite campus study spot.
I'll say Mills. I don't
Mills,
study
what
too much
floor?
on campus.
Yeah,
I'll say I'm one of those ones. Second floor.
Yeah.
Second floor.
Yeah, one of those ones.
Is that learning
That's
commons?
learning comments.
That's
yeah,
learning
yeah,
comments.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
okay.
She
I
loves
love it there. It's
Shit.
so loud. It's my favorite. Okay.
No, I can't. Number one artist on Spotify Wrapped.
So I use Apple Music
Oh.
and Spotify, but mainly Apple Music. 'cause the
Okay,
sound quality's better.
number one
You pay
artist
for
on Apple
two
Music.
subscriptions?
Drake.
And there we go, because that's my
All
number
right.
It
one
was
artist.
Drake on both of them still. It was Drake on both of them. I can't lie.
Okay,
And shout
favorite
out
Drake song, though?
Oh yeah.
Jaded.
No, that's
See.
nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
See,
That's
okay.
nice.
I can't
Oh,
sing.
I love Drake. I love Drake. Go.
All right. Favorite binge TV show.
I'll say more anime
Okay.
rather than TV show.
Okay, yeah.
Which anime have I watched like 5 million times? And I gotta scratch my head around this one. Is there gonna be time for me to go on my anime list or something?
No.
No.
Pick one.
Off the top of your head.
It's not really been like I'll say I've binged it. So
That's
I'll
okay.
say One Piece. Yeah,
One
it's
Piece.
a lot of
That's a
episodes.
That's what I
Long
thought. No,
show.
but that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I guess.
Everyone who says, "Oh, I watch anime," they binge One Piece. Come on.
Bro, it's so many episodes.
It's
Yeah, but
not
that's why they
bad.
watch it all at once. Let's be real.
Allegedly. All
Okay,
right.
last question for you, and this is really important. It's controversial. Okay, Mac hot take.
Okay.
Come on, make it juicy for the viewers. Come on.
I'll tell you this.
Okay.
Central has the best breakfast on campus.
I agree.
Oh.
They're the only place that uses real eggs.
Oh.
And I don't mean to call out MSU.
Oh.
Not MSU. McMaster as a whole.
McMaster
Not
as
the
a
student
whole.
union. Y'all didn't do anything wrong.
No,
However,
this is a hot take.
I love them, and I love their
Wow.
little
Yeah,
hash
the
browns.
breakfast sandwich.
Oh,
Like first
this
year,
is a
that's why I
hot
ran
take.
my meal card out. I get 2
Yes.
every single morning.
Oh my god.
Central
It's always
sucks,
nasty.
but
Central does suck. You know what? I do have to agree. Just because I only had Central breakfast, I didn't have bistro or like
Yeah.
like Musk's. But this is a hot take because
Yeah.
Centro is notoriously bad. Come
Centro
on,
sucks.
Central. Come on, guys.
it sucks.
They
Let's be
were
real.
good when Nestea was in business, and
This
Sophie
is
and I had a
true.
Yeah, I
large
got a
iced
Nestea
tea
every
every
single
day.
Every day.
Yeah, that was
But
me
you know
still.
what? Shout out to Paramount because Paramount is one of the best ones at Central. Come on, let's be real. The shawarma there.
Max
it's tea.
food is not that bad. It's pretty good.
It's aight.
It's aight.
It's aight. Let's be real.
For sure.
All
That's
right.
great. Okay,
Well,
that ends the speed round.
That
Come
ends the
on.
speed round. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Now,
So much
just
pressure.
as
much
I'm
pressure.
sorry, that's just what it
Okay.
is to be on. Let's talk about it.
Honestly,
You know.
it's always pressure.
Yeah,
The
but
pressure is getting what's
what's
up.
up?
Hey.
What's up? And what's up?
Hey, you Nigerian as well?
Jamaican.
Oh, okay.
So,
but close enough.
That's fine too. That's fine
Yeah.
too.
That's what I do.
But yeah, we'll just ask one kind of like wrap up question here just before we let you go. Is there anything that you hope that students and viewers are taking away about you from today's episode? You know, I know it was kind of short, but is there any last like word you have for them?
Oh no, some people have told me I look intimidated. I'm not intimidating, guys. Like y'all can come to me. I'm down to like kick it up, laugh, smile, like whatever. Like
Yeah.
and I have like a lot of like interest in like I watch sumo. I watch sumo wrestling.
That's
guys.
gas. Come on, that's gas.
Like it's,
Let's be
like,
real,
it's not
gas.
just like I watch a lot of TV shows like F1, soccer, like a lot of things. So it's like I have
Okay.
a lot of interest. I can talk for days. I promise you.
All right.
I
Over
love it.
talker,
Just
like
like-
you
Over
said.
talker.
Yeah.
Wait. Just because he mentioned soccer, is it Premier League that you watch?
Yes.
Okay, what team?
Manchester United.
Yeah!
Okay.
I don't
They kinda
engage
suck,
in
but,
soccer.
like,
Man U,
Ever since I was 3
Man
years
U.
old, man, can't leave it.
Man U, sorry, that was really loud, but Man U, bro. My household, a Man U household. Well,
Shit.
Man U and like Chelsea, but that's my father.
My
so.
sister, my brother is a City fan. He's not really into me. I tell him that.
No, that's beef, bro. That's deep beef.
That's
Come
beef.
on, let's be real. I love it. Thank you so much for answering our questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
On today's episode.
Yes.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course.
course.
Anything else you want to say to the viewers before we wrap up today's episode?
Again, get involved. You know, not just in campus with the MSU, just in things in general. Every single little, as minute of a detail, like whatever it is that you do, can be useful for anything you want to do in the future.
Yeah.
Also vote. Like literally, whether
Just
it's me
vote.
or someone
Just
else.
vote.
Like,
Just
vote.
vote.
Hopefully it's me, but anyone
Hey.
else.
Get
Just
out
look at the
there.
campaigns, understand what like each people are going for, their
Yeah.
portfolios,
Yeah.
the experiences as well. Like it is important. So yeah,
Speak
I'll
on
talk
it.
to you guys.
Please remember our first episode of the season where we told you guys how to consume media smartly
Hey.
and educationally.
Clock
so
it.
use today's episode, use the other resources we have below, and make sure that you learn all that you can so you can come
Absolutely.
out and vote.
And we're gonna plug his campaign socials up here, so you're going to be able to find him, all right? And take a look at him. You're going to take a look at Emily's as well, and make an informed decision, all right? It's really
Absolutely.
important for you. What do we say about informed decisions and voting and such?
We told you to pay attention,
You
bro.
know.
You guys know. You guys
You're
know.
good.
No, I
You've been
know.
you've been taught.
Thank you so much for coming on. Really
Thank you,
appreciate it. One more
Olami.
round
We
of
appreciate
applause.
it.
Woo!
All right, and that wraps up another episode of Let's Talk About It with our special guests, Emily and Olami. Thank you guys so much for coming today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you guys want to see any more of these guys, we will link their social medias above. This is also where you can find some more campaign information and some more formal information about them, a little bit more more professional than what we talked about today.
Yeah, their platforms and such.
Exactly. We will also have their information along with our personal social medias down below. So if you guys have any more questions for us or for the candidates here today, you can reach out to us personally.
Absolutely. And just a reminder that the MSU campaign will be from January 18th to the 27th. The debate where you can meet them and the other candidates will be on the 18th. It's happening at the Hub, which hopefully you guys know where that is. It's close to DBAC, from 5 to 7 on the 27th again. And then voting will be from the 27th to the 29th, which is a bunch of words and a bunch of numbers, and hopefully you remember that. But
Hopefully.
if you don't, I'm going to plug the MSU elections website right here. You can go and find so much information and resources there. You can learn more about them. And also we'll put a bunch of resources in the description below. Thank you again for joining us. We really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. And until next time, peace out, FamJam.
Yo, Schlek. I'ma go hit from the back, and I keep me a Mac in my backpack. If a nigga want smoke, he can have that. Fashion knowing Jesus make a ass fat. Say you shooting shit up at this rat cat. Got a brand new whip, but I crashed that. Shorty saw me too good, pay the cash app. Slack. Cop foreign wet, make matte black. Cop foreign bit, it's shoving on the dick, it's bounce up, down, mid